So, presenting Kamlesh to you. Okay. So he is the lean agile trainer at Agile for Growth. Okay. A very nice name. The company focuses on agile transformation, coaching and training. He has extensive agile and lean transformation trainings. Let me tell you that. What matters is the in-depth. Okay. And he has hands-on experience with large-scale production development, implementing less and helping operations being scale and agile. So where the experience, hands-on and the in-depth knowledge helps, which is why conducting a workshop is even more challenging than having a seminar or a session. So he opted a workshop approach to share his knowledge for this reason. And he coaches not just the teams who are wanting to transform as an organization, but leaders, so it starts from the top. So he's very enabled to coach the leaders on the agile and lean transformation path. And his also strength is on strategic moves, not just the operational, and with hands-on over there. So he believes in being a very interactive person, very creative, and being collaborative. And as an agile coach, he has a very common name known across worldwide, and he builds communities and has been a common presenter in many sessions, conferences, and seminars. Over to you, Kamlesh. Thank you very much for taking your time to share your knowledge in this seminar. Thanks.
My pleasure, Arti. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for the nice introduction, which I wrote.
Which I wrote.
She's good at giving introduction as well as debriefing. Okay. So she'll debrief our session better than this.
Today is my day.
Thank you. Yes, good job. Yes, please. Please go ahead. Yes. Thank you all for joining us, especially Saturday afternoon post-lunch session. So let's see if I can keep you awake for next 90 minutes, and we learn something through some interactive discussions. Okay. So that's about me. In case if you are interested to drop me a note or something, connect with me later. That's my email. Okay. So quick agenda. I know, at least for you. We'll talk about the local optimizations prevalent in organization as systems and what motivates us to do local optimizations. Okay, we'll look at systems, organizations as systems, and we'll also look at the wastes that exist with the local optimizations in the organization. How can we attempt to remove those wastes to optimize the organization? Okay, so the question I already posed some of you guys here, that what are the areas of local optimization have you observed? Did you have a few things in your tables?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Could we hear a couple of those?
Yeah. By local optimization, what comes to our mind is at the function level. So a few things that we agreed on is that at a strategy level, there's a delayering that we've seen. Delayering, by delayering I mean certain levels which were redundant as a reason of transformation to an agile way of doing things. So at the tactical level, we've seen operations moving 100% agile, right? We've gone the Scrum Lean from a traditional waterfall way, and we've seen delivering value to the customer. And then
So do you mean that the local optimization in a small part of the larger organization
so here
that is creating the value?
Correct. And to give you an example, like we come from Target, so it's Target retail store. It's like Walmart. We are second to Walmart.
Yes.
So ours is an offshore delivery center, but not exactly technology delivery. We also have merchandising operations that happen. We have marketing operations that happen. I'm talking here about TTS right now. Technology right now, where we have moved from traditional comfortable waterfall to a more agile way.
How do you summarize it in few words? I want to get to others too, please.
Yeah, so that's what at tactical level, going 100% agile, and at operation level, and at decision level, we are more rapid now. We are fast at taking decisions.
Okay. What is local optimization in there? I'm just curious.
So we had a large team of project managers.
Okay.
About 100 project managers, and rest of it was mostly coders or developers. did we really need 100 project managers was the question. So that delayering has happened, and that's part of optimization effort.
Okay.
The other is we took a lot of time in taking decisions. So any new tool, any new decision that has to be made, everyone used to have a say in that, and it was a very collaborative approach. So we moved from collaborative to a participative approach, and we used actually Bain's Consulting to give us a model which is called Rapid. So we use that model for us to have one decision maker and just everyone from the input provider, which helps us move and make decisions faster. So that's another part of optimization in our transformation.
Okay. Thank you.
So what we understand from local optimization, you have an operation. Operation is consisting of multiple departments.
Speak up so everybody can hear you. I
You have an
it's
operation. Operation is made up of various departments.
Yes.
Each of the departments you have one organization goal, and you have each of the organization, each of the department. Ideally, each of the departments goals should be 100% aligned with the organization goals. But sometimes what happens is when people start interpreting each of the departments, when they start interpreting the goals, then it may happen is that they are the department goal focused or local goal focused, which may be contradicting, the behavior may be contradicting with the overall goals. May or may not be, but some cases it may be.
Sure. Very good. Thank you. Any other example?
Just we wanted to add on this.
Yes.
So basically, what happens is, as he rightly was saying, like there can be a development team, which there can be an architect team, which can be. They wanted to try out something new. They wanted to try out some new concept. They're not thinking about the project how to do. They wanted to try out some new technology. They wanted to improve by themselves. They're not worrying about the customer value chain of where it starts and where it ends. So that's how local optimization we see in our organization.
Sure.
We see it's not aligning to what it needs. It's going to fire back.
Sure. That is a single function focus and optimizing the function that I have expertise in. Optimizing that is disregarding the overall value that is being created, value chain in the organization. So very good. Thank you. Everyone. Yes.
Just one comment.
Please.
I think recently I read one book, The Goal. I'm sure it is very early. So if you read the goal, you will know what it is.
Okay, very good. Thank you. I have not read, but that's a good thing. Okay. So many of the local optimization instances can actually be traced to two areas as per my understanding. And if you have more, I'm happy to hear more. One is the focus on local efficiency. Okay, and we will talk about it more. Just as an example, that if I am put in charge of a department called testing, okay, what do I optimize for?
Maximum number of defects.
Maximum number of defects. That could be one way to measure. Okay, that what number of defects are we able to? How many number of defects are we able to find? Okay, that brings us to the second area, that is effort measurement. Again, at the local level. Okay, that how much of effort is being put, rather what value is being realized. Okay. Mary and Tom, they write in one of their books is the detrimental effect of local measurements on the overall performance of the system is usually hidden. And what we do is we keep persistent in doing that. And as unintelligent as it may sound, the reasons you can read is that it's either superstition or habit. And if I would add one more thing is for the lack of better things that we should measure. Okay? So what people end up doing is they keep measuring the things that they can easily see and can measure. In hopes, fantasy world, in hopes of seeing the system improving with those measurements. But the effects that we have seen is every time you see local measurement and things that do not contribute value to the customer or for the overall organization, you see the local optimization actually and local measurement actually ends up hurting the bigger goals. As you see that when you measure people, okay, they will always optimize the things that you measure them against. Okay? For example, you said as many number of defects as we can find. Okay? People find that as a measure of their value creation within the teams, especially when we are focused on the local areas.
Can I quote an example? Actually?
Yes, please.
You know, in Target, we come from a retail industry.
Yes.
And so we have a merchandising team sitting here who basically designs where the products will be placed and how the entire setup will look like. What we optimize on is how much utilized we are. From a perspective of what how many numbers can be churned. But what the buyer is looking at it is how much sales can you drive through setting up items in the right way. But those two are not tied. So what we want to optimize only is from an idea perspective, how many are we setting up, we are sending reports to buyers, how is the buyer replying to us and stuff. But we really don't look at what the buyer is basically driving through it.
What they care about.
What they care about.
How
So-
they look at us as a provider of the solution.
Right. So it's not just tying together, and both the organizations are actually, it's not an organization, but teams are working.
Multiple organizations living within that umbrella.
Yeah.
All the time, yes. Okay, so going back to the human way of thinking and cognitive biases that we have, there are about 60 listed here, and I'm not going to go into depth. I encourage you to go check Wikipedia, or if you have read Daniel Kahneman's book, Thinking Fast and Slow. That is a wonderful read if you are interested in this way. But there are many biases, and I'm going to refer back to this sometime later, that what brings all these kind of thinking and types of behavior in our organizations. Okay? Would you please join one of the tables so that you can have some conversations? Okay. So a system, what is a system? Just to set basis for what we call as an organization. Two of you should be okay for now. Yes. Okay. So system is a product of interactions among its interrelated, interconnected parts that are interdependent, and they are also interacting. Okay. And system thinking looks at this entire system and its interactions and how the whole system can be optimized. Okay. So system optimization comes from systems thinking, part of it. Yes, curious, before I go to the next session, is everyone clear here or familiar with the basics, Kanban, the basic of Kanban method? Everyone? Okay, I'm hearing yes.
We are coming after 1.5 days.
Yes, very good, thank you. So I'm not going to go into that, but we're going to refer it as we go further. Okay? So we'll have a table discussion to discuss that what should the systems, the organization systems, should be optimized for. Okay? You discussed the areas of local optimization, and before I share my perspective, let's have a conversation here that what should these organization systems should be optimized for. Okay? 2 minutes. Go.
It's a multiple choice question.
Actually,
But it's an open-ended question.
just to give you some hints, I have put some ideas here. You don't have to restrict yourself to this. But if you were totally clueless, at least it gets you some.
Very clear this thing, right? The first one. The first one is the
Yeah. Let's have a conversation on your table.
Their expectation.
customer value, because customer value is something which we use, which is related to money, and which will drive the growth of money. It's like the value, what your systems are generating into
Team conversation.
What customers
see actually
Yeah. This is few of the areas that you could. Don't limit yourself to
It is
these.
giving you entire set of things that show why you should work in the efficiency of parties as it is.
Earth in action. Can I?
Yeah.
So what is ROI?
findings on that. So we'll have it on the board soon. We'll keep adding more stuff.
See, depends upon, for me, my perspective is depends upon the context of which the.
We'll get the slides.
The important ones.
Cool. Please write down your findings on the flipchart. We will soon be posting them. Yeah. Write with the markers. You should have some markers on your table. Identify these three areas. Identify these three areas you want to optimize the system.
Can be more than one. What else?
Yeah, at least three. Identify three. Your call. You decide.
I think one is the lead time. Lead time between the customer demand is to the time you will use on that. ROI is one thing you were mentioning. ROI. Operation ROI.
For investor actually not supporting investor
No, it need not be investors only. Let's say if you are returning in certain direction, what is the return you are getting on what is it? If you are coming to this second is what we need is lead time. Innovation, customer value. Customer value. Innovation, unless and until we generate the value.
There should be a fierce debate about what should not be there, what should be there on the list.
No, but question is the
Yeah.
Big system, big
different process
Okay, so you have to come up with three that you want to really optimize. There could be 30. Identify which three you want to optimize.
In that case, we have an agreement that
capital, one thing is maybe capital inputs. You want to optimize the capital for the operational expenses.
Yeah, give me one more minute, so it's almost ending. Do you have at least three areas you want to optimize your system for?
And operating expenses.
Okay, so let me share with you my observations, and I'm going to keep a focus on the product development area of the organization. Okay, because we can go to different areas in the organization. For the context here, we'll focus on the product development area. Okay, so three areas, and you will get the slides. So don't worry about it. Unless you are tweeting now, you will get the slides. So okay. So three areas, the planning, the way contract game we play in the organizations, the analysis and design, and programming. how local optimization in these areas exist and in fact thrive in many organizations. Yeah? Okay, so I want to see ahead if you have worked in an organization where you have been given a condition where everything is fixed. Fixed cost, fixed time and fixed budget. Have you been in a situation in a project where everything was fixed when you began the project? Yes? So what's happening here? In that case, how does the planning happen? The marketing or the business group comes up with an idea and asks for a budget from the team that is going to delivery organization. Okay, if you are in the same organization, for your case, if you are a vendor, okay, you are providing services, then you come up with a some estimate, some way to estimate it, and you provide a number that okay, this is the number we can meet, and you have already been given a timeline, a deadline, right? So you meet it or you are dead after that. All right. So keeping that in mind, that you have given the given date, you have already provided a fixed kind of a budget for that, and now what happens? Now you say, okay, give us some requirements. The team asks for the requirements, okay? And now this is the opportunity for the product group to spit out everything that they can think of and write it down. Okay? Because they know that the moment they miss something, later it's going to be very tough for them to get it done. Okay? And you're going to make their life miserable to make that change happen. Okay? So what happens is at this time the business is trying to get as much in the documents as they can. Okay? Every requirements that they can think of. Now this will also include a lot of requirements. They may realize that these requirements may not have significant value for the customers. Okay? Or customers may not frequently use these features, but they still want to get that in, because once the requirements are frozen, they approve, they sign the requirements document, now getting a change is going to be difficult. So they are trying to get as much of it as possible in the requirements document. Okay? So if I was to draw a business group here, marketing, business, and this was your delivery. So the business group is trying to push this timeline, that moment where they have to sign off the requirements form, as much as possible. Okay? Now the delivery team can live only so long without having an approved requirements document. Okay? Because they know that the time is passing, and if they don't start the development, they're going to be late. And they try to push this envelope as much as they could, okay? So that they can be sure that they will be able to deliver what they have committed for, what they have budgeted for. Okay? So here comes a point where everyone agrees that okay, these are the requirements we're gonna live with. Okay? And that's where the delivery team starts working on the implementation part. Now what happens as soon as these requirements are frozen? What happens after that in the market? The market is changing. Okay? The customer needs something, and the business may soon realize that what we have given to the delivery team has to change. It has to change, which also means that if the scope changes, it will have implication on either the time or the budget, the cost.
Usually in the beginning stage itself, there will be clear agreement.
Change, the market changes very quickly. Whereas you are in the government sector, yes, the requirements may not change as often or as rapidly as the market for the consumers would change. Okay? What I'm trying to convey here is that the moment these requirements are signed off and the delivery team starts implementing it, the business may realize that either they missed something or they want to change something. Okay? Because in that moment when they were writing the requirements, they could not put in everything that was the most appropriate for the customers. Okay? Now what happens is, as soon as they find something that they want to change, they try to convince, persuade, influence the delivery team to pick those changes. Okay? And what's the delivery team trying here? They have a board that helps them prevent all these changes. Called, what is it called? Change? Resistance board? Control board. Yes, the primary reason should be to help the business and the IT to adapt to the changes. But in reality, what we end up seeing is it acts as a change resistance board. Okay? So every change that now you're trying to get done, you have to accrue additional budget, you have to accrue other stuff. With minor one change, you have to see so much of budget and time going higher and higher. Okay? So it's like you win, we win, you lose kind of a contract that is happening between the business and the delivery. Okay? The business is trying to optimize to secure themselves as much as they could, and same is for the delivery team. Okay? Because now delivery team says, well, these are the requirements you have given us, you have asked for the budget, we have committed on the delivery, so we're not going to make changes to the scope. Irrespective of the customer needs have changed. And if you want to change this, we will ask for more money. Okay? So this is the contract game we see happening all the time. Again, this is an example of optimizing for the single function at the local level. Okay? So what I recommend is you try to end the contract game. Okay? Now, irrespective of what framework were you using, what method were you using, okay, or not using any of them. Okay? How you would approach this is my observation here, is steering adaptively by the true business side folks to deliver the value, not from the delivering organization. Okay. Now this also helps, encourages us to change our focus from managing, controlling, planning the projects to the products aspect of the in the organization. Okay? So this also would avoid, actually would reduce the control that happens from the project management perspective for the time, for the scope, for the budget, and now it empowers the business side to control all of this. Okay? So that they can be more adaptive. Okay? And these are not big batch releases. What you're trying to do is release early and seek feedback early. Okay, so I'll give you 3 minutes on your table. Pick up a fresh chart. Pick up a fresh chart on the tables. Yeah, you have 3. I have given you 3 charts. So pick up a fresh one. Okay. Yes. Draw a geometric diagram on it. Whether it could be square, triangle, circle, rectangle, something. Okay, and divide that in 3 pieces, 3 parts.
Three equal parts or?
Yes, 3 equal parts. It could be a triangle divided into 3, or maybe a rectangle or a circle. Okay, that's good. That's very creative. Yes. Okay, good. Okay. So one area you would pick and write maybe on the top of it planning. Okay. And I want to see your thoughts around how can you optimize the planning area in the organization to move from the local area to the whole system optimization. So pick one area in your diagram here, write planning in it, okay? And as a team group, discuss what are the opportunities to optimize the planning area avoiding the local optimization and trying to achieve system optimization. Yeah, so focus on this area now and see what are the opportunities to optimize this area. And now as you have already drawn, it's very small, so maybe you will write on the outside with some stickies that what are the areas of opportunity. Everybody contributes. So this is a thinking exercise. Until it goes to right. Uncle, all of you write on a sticky note or however you are writing. Half an hour? 45 minutes. So 45 minutes. Okay.
Sir, actually, I will tell you
Relate with the context.
No, I'll tell you
I know, it's taking a lot of things. Yeah.
Very small. I want you to think. All of you.
But by also improving
So what do you do on the planning side? Just think of what do you do on the planning side.
planning side.
No, that you are saying is the target achieved. What are the actions you take?
Now down last minute.
When you are doing, you are trying to achieve a target. What do you do as a starting point when you are doing the service system knowledge writing? What do you do?
You need one more minute.
Just to share two cents from my side, I try to say that I would like to bucketize the type of contract.
Please, everybody write down so that it reflects here. Put it on your sheet.
The type of contract signed the type of customer segment or the market.
One item per sticky, so people can read it from there. And that's why you have these.
And also I want to optimize from local to home.
You write down here. Stick to this.
Write it down. Go ahead. Write it down. Write it down. Okay. Yeah.
But it will not include.
Yeah, you want me to bring down more?
No, you will write down and give here.
Okay.
What increase the resource here? What increase the resource?
Collaboration.
Okay. Okay, all right. We'll keep going. What I recommend all of you is to all of you to contribute. Okay? Write down one item on each sticky or directly on your flip chart, and eventually your flip chart will go on the wall, and you will actually explain it to the rest of the teams what you as a group have identified areas to optimize. Okay, the second area, the analysis and design. Any experts we have here who are design experts or architects, analysts, business analysts? What's happening in this phase here? What's happening in the analysis and design phase?
I think the flexibility to the extent of scaling up the product is being lost or probably getting more mystified.
Okay.
My perception.
Okay.
It's getting mystified, it's not getting clear, it's just getting more and more misty.
During the analysis phase, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
Actually, architecture wise,
Yes.
if you
Yes.
look
Let's pay attention. Yes.
architecture wise, if you look at it, earlier we used to have monolithic systems which are big, large, where everything, if you touch one part, then most likely some other part will be getting impacted. So now we are getting into small microservices architecture or small systems.
Okay.
Each of the component has some very specific task to do,
Sure.
so that if those systems have to change, those small components have to change. It does not necessarily mean that you would have the system fragile. Right?
Okay. What else is happening during this?
Tries to get a blueprint of what we are going to build.
Okay.
So it says these are all the rules and regulations. This is how it is. So this is how it will have a structure. This is how we have to build and achieve the final product. So basically, we are getting a blueprint of what you are going to do, and also you will validate some of in the analysis. You will validate the requirements whether my blueprint is going to cater to all the requirements that I have in place.
Yes. Very good. So in this phase, we are trying to learn what the user needs are. Okay. Connect with the marketing, the product group, understand those needs, okay, and translate them into some type of design documents or requirements documents that later help the team to go and build it. Okay?
As far as behavior-driven development, have a common context, have a common language which is understood by the business as well as by the development team.
Is that happening during the analysis and design phase in a traditional organization or traditional way of developing?
Not an intention.
Not. Okay. 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 So what else should have happened in this phase here?
Requirement elaboration. So
You've got a lot of collaboration happening.
elaborate it, and then I think somewhere the stakeholders need to sign off those requirements, internal stakeholders. Commitment.
Yeah.
Right. And then, like he said, create a blueprint and an agreement, and that's your final, like a rigor that you maintain. Everybody has to agree that this is the
Stick to this so
Yeah,
that
exactly.
even if the things have changed,
Adhere to
we
the
keep going in this
Otherwise,
direction.
you have to
Adhere to
change
the
what to.
norms.
Right? Yes.
Manage the change. And it should
So,
also take some.
it reminds me of instance, I don't have that image here. It was of a kind of a Titan, a ship that they started with the destination in mind. They have a very clearly identified route. That's how they planned, they budgeted, and the time and everything was given according to that route. They reach a point where people identify there's an iceberg here. Okay? They go back and share with the leader, hey, there's an iceberg. We should change the direction. No, we have not budgeted for it. So let's keep going in this direction. Okay? That's what we do all the time. Right? Right from the contract game that we play in the planning. Okay? That's what then happens here in this phase as well. And while we are trying to learn the requirements, the needs of the users, there are so many handoffs that are happening from the users to the marketing or product group, from the product group to maybe a product owner, the product owner giving it to some kind of an analyst doing all the writing of the documentation, assuming that all the development team is going to read that I write, and then being available for the team to clarify on those things. Okay? So all this is happening, and this is what we see, that the handoff information is being transferred. There is a partial knowledge creation happening in phases. Okay? Let's visualize it. Seen this before? You should have, yes, because this came in 1973, somewhere around that time, before you and I was born. Okay? So all of us have seen this. And do we see that happening today as well? Rohit, what's your thought? All the time. Oh, okay. So why is this happening even today?
There is always a gap in terms of the business and the technology. It's like it's basically because of lack of awareness, or the business do not understand much of the technology. Technology do not understand much of the business. There are very few people who can bridge this gap, and it depends on the efficiency of that person, how much he knows business and how much he can. That is one part. Sometimes business needs are like extreme. Let's say technology may not support it. The technology wouldn't have evolved to that extent. And technology will always evolve. So business grows. Technology will evolve. So it can also be because of the technical debt, which will not be able to solve.
So at the end of the day, in all this that we are doing, who gets to suffer? That's not.
And the lessons learned are never like institutionalized. The same lessons resurface. The same root causes resurface.
1973, 83, 93, 13, right? Okay, so, okay, let me introduce you here some concept of lean waste. Okay, I'm sure you're familiar with it. Okay, 8 primary ways that lean identifies, especially if you are into the product development software field, identified by Mary and Tom Papende. Overproduction of items, features that may not be required, number one, or doing more work than actually is needed to accomplish something, even writing more code. Okay? If something can be solved in 100 lines of code, why write 1,000 lines for the same? Okay? Inventory. We have so many things which are in progress, things that are finished, but they are still on the shelf. We have not deployed those into production, so customer is not realizing the value. Hence, the organization as well. Yeah. Over processing, extra process, relearning, okay? Handoffs, conveyance, handoffs. So information being conveyed or handed off from marketing to product to analyst to developers, okay, so on and so forth. Task switching, working on many projects, tasks at a time, Okay, because we want to be. Why?
Superman.
Well, why that happens?
You're working with machines with multitasking. Eventually, you learn
We want to feel important.
Heard of something called utilization? Yes, we are all striving for how much? How many percent? 100%. Very good. Okay. Waiting and delays. Okay, dependencies. So you have component teams working on something, and until they deliver something, our team cannot integrate or consume that service. Okay, and for that we have to keep waiting until that team delivers their work. Okay, defects. Obviously, not only the defects that show up, but also all the relevant activities that go along with defects. Okay. I was on a team and we used to have every afternoon a meeting called defect prioritization meeting. By the way, I was a PMP and I worked in a waterfall environment as well for many years. Not anymore. Okay, not using people's full potential. Okay, we limiting people's activities, the tasks, the responsibilities to their job title. Okay, so let's take a moment to identify which of these lean ways that we discussed exist here on your tables. Okay, one item per sticky, please. Which of the lean ways can you see here? Okay. Give you 3 minutes for that.
For individual things, you need what size to identify?
Yes, so in the entire value chain, okay?
Waste that we see from this.
Yes. You want to see that, this one, or do you prefer the other one? You want this one? Okay. Which ones are you able to identify? Make it quick, guys. Make it quick.
We definitely overproduction is there.
Yeah, please write it down. Please, everybody write it down. Pick up a pen. Pick up stickies.
Effect is there. Effect right from beginning. I am able to relate to
You want to see this one again? Okay.
overproduction there. Not understanding the requirement of the customer like first place. Defective. Then once the marketing is giving you information,
Okay, which
they
ones you
are doing
got?
something totally different.
Which out of these 8?
Overprocessing, overproduction, and backlog.
It's almost everything. It's almost all of that.
One per person. One person. Everybody right. Which defects you got?
Conveyance,
Okay.
overprocessing,
Okay.
defects.
Okay, what else?
It's overproduction as well. It's all except for last 8 one.
You write it down, whatever you feel, because everybody has their own different opinion.
Have what other
Except for 8 one, I think you have.
So number 5.
Yes, motion of the
Overprocessing also can't get overproduction is CEO. Just you can show.
I think that's.
Entry is not.
That's not relevant there. Inventory part is not relevant.
It is there as well.
Yes, in this context.
This context also it is relevant, but it is not there.
Next exercise.
What if you have to put a
Comes from different.
You got all of those?
As of now, we have got 4.
Okay. Okay. Is everybody right?
That's because
Okay.
one person is writing, we're giving him. No, we are discussing on it. That's right.
All right. Let's move on, and you can catch up. Okay.
So what according to you are the ways in that?
All of them.
Yes.
So,
Except the
Except one.
Except for
Except
8th
last
and
time.
10th.
Eighth one I don't
Two
think-
also,
even
inventory is also
waiting,
not there.
even waiting may not be there. Waiting we don't know. We have to assume.
When the analysts are writing requirements, what does everybody do?
We are assuming that we are waiting for them.
What else should they be doing?
I don't know.
Multitasking? Multitasking? Should be doing
There is another
something,
project.
some other project.
There are projects.
Yeah, so that's again, it's waiting for the value to be delivered. Right? And is it going to happen that as soon as the requirement documents are ready, all the development team, entire development team is going to be just on that moment available to pick it up? Okay, so you already discussed the waste. Now it's your opportunity to discuss what are the system optimization opportunity in the analysis and design aspect. Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 minutes for this. Okay, but if you can finish early, I would be happy with it.
That can be optimized the analysis and design.
Design thinking. Design thinking.
So in the first area, I gave you some hints to try something and avoid something. Here, I'm looking these things from you.
First time right.
Yeah, I encourage everybody to write, so you have more ideas coming up quickly. Yeah. You have cookies? Oh, okay. I'll give you more.
Making it more.
Because the intended purpose was. Alright, okay. So, I hope you got few points. How many? 4 points? Good. How many points you got?
Got 5 points.
5 points. Okay. How many points you got here?
Yeah,
Four. 4 points? Okay. Alright, let's discuss the third part. The programming. Okay. So Mary and Tom has to say about the complexity in the context of local optimization is that when there is a complexity in the system, we tend to divide it into parts and to assume that managing these parts locally will help or optimize the system. Okay? And also dividing it in local parts, management tends to create local measurements of performance. And we already discussed that what happens when you have local measurements happening. Okay? You see the results are often hidden. The impact of local optimization is usually hidden in the short term, but only can be seen in long term. When you have silos, also this thing can happen. Because these silos are optimizing for their own benefit. Okay? When you have organization that focus on that component, okay? And I'm going to talk about more in the next one. But before we do that, let's do an exercise. Okay? Yes. So we have 3 tables, and what we're going to do is draw a cat. Yes. Obviously, it's very simple. So you're going to get a minute, but the exercise is that all 3 teams have a part to draw. Okay? So you draw the head part. You guys draw the body, and you have the legs and the tail. Okay?
What is the size?
Okay, so you decide that.
That's
So
the
you
point
have
he's driving.
a total of 1 minute for 3 of your teams to finish this. Yes.
clarification.
Yes.
Then we'll go together.
No, hold on. Yes.
The legs will not be part of the body?
Yeah, tail can be.
Yeah.
Tail can be.
So the legs and tail will be drawn by your team.
All 4 legs and 1 tail.
Yes, and the head will be drawn by this team, and the core body will be drawn by your team. Okay. So sit here.
No, we have to go and talk.
Sit here.
In
Okay.
this page?
Yeah.
In this page?
So yes, the page will come to you.
From the...
Okay?
Oh, okay.
It will come to you. Okay? So once you've drawn the head part, send it over to the next team. And once the head is drawn, you send it over to the next team.
The architects will draw the head there.
No, hold on. Use this one. Okay? Time starts now. Go.
So everybody is supposed to do that?
Yeah, you will draw it and pass it down to us.
So all the 3...
One volunteer will.
All the 3 cats or 1 cat?
No.
One single.
Kamlesh, it's head, then comes the body here.
Okay, you decide. Yeah?
Count cap. Okay.
So induction training was required. Induction training. To draw the hat.
Do not copy to look at the image.
7 seconds. Okay, your time is up. Time is up. Let's look at the cat here. Okay. It's a good looking cat. That's okay. Okay. Now while you guys were doing this, I was talking with Rishi, and Rishi being a senior leader in the organization, he was not happy with one aspect, that while this team was drawing, all of you were just sitting around and talking, not doing much. Okay? So he thinks that we can do a little better. Okay? So what we are going to do is, we're going to do it a little differently this time. Okay? So while the head is being drawn, the body is being drawn at the same time, and see, maybe in a minute's time, you can produce more than a cat. Possible?
I can more than enough to draw.
More than one cat, I mean. Okay? And you guys are doing the next part. Okay, so here's the challenge. Here's the challenge. Yes, how you going to do it? So maybe we need a team that helps us integrate everything. Okay? So would you two ladies please volunteer to become a integration team for this exercise? Okay? And we see how can we get as many cats drawn in 1 minute, 1 minute time.
You're going to give us some templates?
So hold on. So do you have enough paper?
Yeah.
Enough A4
Yeah.
sheets?
Yeah.
Okay? Okay. So you all get points, obviously, or accepted your product when we have a cat at the end of 1 minute. Okay? And more than one cat is really going to be a good idea because you already drew one cat in the last one. Okay? So time starts now. Go.
So we're going to do the integration of this.
Yes.
But I think some template should have been given by you. Integration list.
Go and deliver.
Twenty seconds.
I'm getting the impression here. It's quite easy for me. This is it. This is it.
First and first out.
I don't know. Defect number one. I'll tell them what I'm drawing actually, right? So which part of the...
I think every.
Friends, I have high hopes from you guys. Let's chosen. Okay, the time ends now. So stop. Okay, time ends now. So let's see how many cats we got.
Half done. 3/4 is done.
Okay, so we didn't get anything done. We hoped for a little better, but we couldn't.
After knowing
I think integration time is not efficient.
Okay.
Waterfall is better.
Okay.
automation has to be there.
Automation has to be there. Okay, all right. Let's try a different way. Okay, I think this has not worked for us. Okay, all of us. That includes me. Okay, not only you. Okay, so let's try it differently. How about I bring expert from each of the team who can draw that part, head part, the body, and the legs and tail. Okay, who's the expert from your team? Who's the expert from your team who can draw the head? Okay, come up here, please. Who's the expert from your team?
Come, tiger.
Yeah? Okay, pick up some papers and pick up your table. Okay. Meanwhile, could I request you to join this team? Okay? And you as well. And pick one person from this team, form another team. Maybe you can go to a different table. Pick up empty papers. Do we have empty papers?
Yes. As well.
Blank pages.
Yes.
Thank you. Right here. Yeah. So who are the three experts here? Okay. So rest of the three of you, could you form one team? Okay.
Integration.
Yes. Now we are changing it. Okay. Just a little bit of change here. Papers.
I think
you have papers?
Yeah, we have papers. But
Yes.
before that, which type of cat you were supposed to write?
I accepted any cat that you draw.
So legs.
Okay. So I okay. So now we have three teams. Now we have three teams. Okay. You will be drawing it on these papers. Okay. With the marker. So now as three teams, you can independently draw the entire cat yourself, as you have experts from different groups, okay, who have expertise in different parts of the cat. Assume you do too.
Body.
Got it? Okay. So in 1 minute, each team would strive to draw as many cats as possible in this A4 papers. All right, go.
Complete cat.
Yes.
All body parts.
As a team, and one person cannot draw the entire cat, obviously, right?
You draw the head, you this one. Wait. You draw the tail. We finish off.
10 more seconds.
No, not necessarily. Finish off all these
It's like a cow. They just distributed motion from the
legs, we draw the
Just stop. Stop.
Made two.
Yeah, I want to see them.
So
Okay.
Devi,
Hey, stop.
Devi?
Okay. How many you got? Okay. Not after the buzzer has ended.
No.
Okay.
No, it was before that itself.
Don't worry. You cannot How many cats? Please take your seats.
Any price for this?
Yes, let's see. How many cats we were able to draw? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and almost 9. Wow.
I think some of the vintage wax, that's also there.
Okay.
Cross brand.
What did you guys do? In the first try, you accomplished 1 cat, whereas in the third one, you got 9 cats in 1 minute. What did you guys do?
Co-location.
Differently. You were co-located already.
But I think
Same room.
We broke the silos and came together.
I think this is
Yes.
something called
Tell
as
us more about it.
Experts group. Yeah.
Expert group.
team.
Cross-functional team. Yes.
Cross-functional collaboration.
Yes.
Cross-functional co.
Yes.
So end
What-
of the day, the whole products are out, despite the multivariance.
Reading is no one.
So each team having all the required skills to be able to complete the feature or value delivery, you were able to reduce lot of ways that we saw earlier. Yes.
But in this scenario, what you did is basically you divided it into 3 groups.
Yes.
Given 3 different products for each of the teams.
No, the product was one, but each team had a focus on a component in the product. And we realized value only when all teams delivered their piece, their part, and we got that integrated product. Correct? These were not 3 different products. It was one product.
But what I meant is in each of the groups the full product was done. 3 different.
In the third try, right?
third way, yeah.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly right. Okay. Now, how do we see this in the product organizations? Okay, so we have components in that form a large product or a system. Okay, and each team has a focus on that component. We see this very frequently in organizations. Okay, have you seen teams that have a focus on component? Okay, that own, develop, and maybe even maintain one component. Okay, now here what you see is again local optimization, where each component, each team is going to optimize based on the skill, the focus that they have. So here, if in your workload, whether it's a Kanban board or some other form of way, where you have items in the order, when team A becomes available, they are going to pick not number 1 item or 2, but 3, because that's the area that they specialize on. Okay? So you see number 3 going to A. Now whereas number 1 may have to, and 2 may have to wait, because other teams that can pick these are not free yet or available yet. Okay? So if we were to visualize it, this is my hand-drawn version of it. So if you see the circles representing one team, so let's see these are 9 teams, each having a focus on one component. And in the release 1, we have 3 major features. Okay, now each feature has a dependency where multiple teams have to deliver some value work for us to realize the benefit of this feature. So for F1, feature 1, component team 1, 2 and 3 have to do work for us to release this. For feature 2, it's component team 4, 1, 2, 3 and 6. For feature 3, you see these teams 7, 5, 2, 3 and 9. Okay? So multiple teams working on a feature for us to deliver the feature. So that's one release. Now comes second release. We have different set of features and they need different set of teams to work on these features. Okay? So take for example, feature number 4 has team 8, 5, number 2, number 5 and number 6. And feature F5 has team number 8, 9, 6 and 3 working on those features. Okay. Now what happens, I see that these features have a lot of things going on, these teams. Okay, all these features are going through this. Does it mean that these teams will be busy? Yes, these teams will be busy because every feature needs some work in these components. Okay, which also will mean that when these teams become busy or they are not able to deliver when the other teams are ready to pull, other teams have to wait. Okay. Now if they see that yes, this is my constraint here and that's where we are choking, they may add more team members in this component and this component. Okay. Now what happens in release 2? This component has only one feature coming and this has no feature coming. Now what happens to all of these team members? They will not be idle. They will optimize for local existence. They will pick and find work that justifies them being busy. Have you seen a team that is idle? I have not met any team that was not busy enough. Yeah? Sorry? Idle teams will be there? Lucky organizations. I have not seen that much. But
Product organization will usually have
okay, sure.
say, let's say the documentation.
Sure. Is that a best use of our organizational resources? May not be. Okay. So what you see here is this here again it's a local optimization happening when teams are organized with the focus on one component. Okay.
Local specialty.
Yes. So here what happens to the work in progress limits?
Totally uneven,
Uneven. Yes.
imbalanced.
Yes. And what?
Flow is not there in some
No,
areas.
it's not there, yes. There's a lot of work in progress. Okay, there's a lot of work in progress.
Some stations.
And the value has not been realized
Like
until
start,
all of the teams finish their work.
start, stop.
Yes. Okay. What happens to the cycle time here for each feature?
Different.
Significantly goes up. Right?
No, it will be high or low.
Cycle time will be high.
No, either high or it will be low.
It will be much higher when there are dependencies and the work has to move from one team to another to the
lead
third
time.
one.
Talk about lead time. or throughput time?
Total cycle time from the start to end.
Okay. Total cycle time is
Okay? And that's exactly what you see here. That's what you did. What you removed is all the dependencies, all the movement, all the handoffs. So within one team, you were able to start and finish the complete product feature. Okay? In this case, it was a cat. Okay? Now, if you visualize this on individual teams' Kanban boards, you will see a lot of things already in the done columns for each teams. But only if you look at the portfolio Kanban, you see that things are in progress for so long time. The feature is in progress right the moment team 1 picks up, okay, or here team 3 picks up, to the moment when the team 9 ends their work, then only your feature is complete. Okay? So on the portfolio Kanban, you see that things are there for so long in progress, and multiple things stay in progress for so long time. Okay? Okay, so what did you from the exercise and from the discussion on component teams versus cross-functional feature teams? 3 minutes to discuss what are the wastes that you can identify from both of those conversations. The exercise and the discussion on teams, component teams. I'll send you those images. So what are the ways that you identify? All the images, all these things.
I think a lot of waiting was in the company.
Their collaboration is high, then
So what defects or ways can you
Almost
identify?
all, yes, all.
Okay. What were defects?
Yeah, it's about.
Okay, so this team thinks that there could be more defects when the work is being handed off and there are dependencies. Yes.
Defects and waiting especially.
Yeah.
Because when the other work is completed, you have to wait for one component or one non-done.
Yes. Sure. Okay. So 3 more minutes to wrap up the conversation on the system optimization. Okay. Possibility to optimize the system from component to fee based on that conversation. Okay, very good. Yes. Yeah. So put it on your board, and once you are done, please go ahead and post it up.
Again, multi-skilling possibilities are here.
Sorry?
Multi-skilling. Multi-skill option.
Yes.
Like one person doing the
Yes,
entire.
correct. Yes, yes. Why not?
Person making the entire.
Yes, why not?
so what are the possible opportunities of the system? Full demand-based delivery. That's what you see. The work in progress, limit work in progress. Limit work in progress. Then the second is look at your bottlenecks.
We'll include on your session, Kamlesh. He said we'll include on your session.
We are wrapping up in maybe less than 10 minutes. Okay. Oh, sure. Okay. Pause for a minute, please. Sudipta.
Yeah, let him.
I think the light is falling. You can come over to this side.
It's going to flash. Oh, it's. Thank you. Thanks, Isabi.
Thanks. Thanks, Isabel.
Sorry.
Thanks. Thanks for accommodating us.
Please continue. Yeah.
Okay.
So it could be by getting it more co-located and feature teams.
Okay.
Establishing
Establishing flow. Okay. Yes. What else?
Make process and
Think more.
visit.
Go in and think more on this. How will you do that? What implications you see when you are changing from a component into the feature? What happens to the
All the
code?
6 Kanban principles are there, you just put that
Structure in
as it is.
Go deep and think.
So, Kamlesh, you put all the 6, apply all the 6 Kanban principles.
Yes. Yeah. Please write.
Yeah, visualize.
Yes.
Then set work in progress.
Yes.
Another organization.
Limit work in progress. And then make your policies explicit.
Yes.
And improve the continuous optimization.
That's exactly what we did when we were changing the way teams are organized.
All this is for Kanban.
Done? Okay, done? Still thinking. How many points you got? Sorry, I didn't get it. Human name are sitting right there, and a speaker there.
He is not done because she has to finish off, she has a billing target.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so I purposely removed my suggestions from point 2 and 3. I wanted it to be a workshop and for you to think thoroughly, especially after the lunch. But here is a summary, okay? That comes from a book by Craig Larman and Vasode. So instead of you doing analysis and design, try feature teams, clarifying and designing directly with the users.
But you may not
So-
be able to get the users.
That's okay. Yes, you may not be able to. Okay, you're saying try. Now, you may, instead of you starting from here, you may not be able to reach there tomorrow, but take a step forward and see what wastes in the process can be reduced or removed or eliminated. Okay? And again, so instead of teams owning one piece of the system, one component, okay, you have the cross component team coding organizing as a feature teams. Okay, so please put your flip charts on, and we all will come and review yours, okay, before we conclude. Okay, so please go and be there so we all can come and present. Who would like to present first? Yeah. Next. You want to come and present? I'm not sure if we can mount it there.
I'll just
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Some of you, all of us, we joined there.
Only one.
Yeah.
Only one.
Yeah. One is good enough.
No, it
On
cannot
the
be
top.
opened.
Or pick up the tape you have. Somebody got tape. You guys have a tape? Tape?
Yes, I placed one on each table. Here we have.
Okay, please join quickly. So, yes. Okay, please.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Optimize
Okay, good. Yeah, that's good. Yes, everybody here? Yes, please. Go.
So as I said, there are 3 stages to it. One is the planning and the analysis and design, and then how do we optimize the system. So we thought of how do we optimize the planning is if we are not using any method for a planning. So there can be already the methods which will optimize the planning. So we have to
2 minutes to wrap this
yeah,
up.
okay. So switch to a better framework for our planning and minimize the open ends in the planning. Like I don't know this, I will answer this after I get to know. Then reduce any dependencies and try to educate them in a giving them a big picture so that every cross-functional team will align to a common goal, and we can strive towards that.
Okay, very good. A clap for these guys. Yeah, round of applause. Okay, next team. There are some words of wisdom.
I'll take and move away.
Okay.
Then you can take.
Okay, please start.
With respect to planning, involving the right subject matter expert can help us in the planning. Usage of appropriate techniques to do planning, and then getting into improved ways of committing some numbers. Understanding the constraints better on what grounds this engagement or project or this entire scope is getting done, and then considering the budget on which it has to be executed, the cost of budget. And then one more aspect of looking at planning is to not to do a total complete planning upfront, then get a big picture and then try to revisit the plan more often, so that it doesn't become a commitment for lifetime. Then it is just a forecast which can be revisited.
Very good.
Then looking at the knowledge base and appropriately using it during our commitments. Let's say looking at the historical data, the past data of the projects, or any similar information which can be relevantly used. And also doing a proper risk assessment of the situation, and then getting into planning. Start understanding the life cycle better, where we fit in, what exactly needs to be done, and also the environmental changes which the project goes from a planning. Coming to analysis and design, which we got a whiteboarding, and then coming up with proper spikes at the time, and also putting stringent appraisal systems around the requirements, which can raise a lot of questions in the early stages of the life cycle, and also review and tighten the gaps, and also reaching an agreement with the customer on what exactly needs to get into in the stages of analysis and design. For programming, yeah, that is what we think. Dropping the notion of component teams and moving towards a feature team, getting it more co-located and also cross-functional. And drawing a proper governance around it.
Okay, thank you guys. Ready?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so because it was the last session, we will not take much time. On the planning side, what we thought is obviously there is a need for shared goals. The goals have to be obviously when each department has to understand their own goals, but it has to be tightly aligned, and everybody should be clear about what are the organization goals, and those should be given priority as compared to local goals. Continuous planning. Planning is not one-time task or at the beginning of this task. It has to be on a constant basis. The planning has to be done on a constant basis. Then smaller size commitments. It need not be that you commit the whole set of things for full life cycle. You do small size commitments which are more valuable at that time. Then product vision has to be clear. Type of contract has to be signed. Has to be clear. Release planning has to be done in some way, because agile or Kanban to a certain extent release planning gets missed out. Then value completely mapping has to be done. Value complexity mapping. Extent of risk taken, everybody has to understand. Those kind of things has to be done at the time of planning. At the time of analysis and design, you need to have emergent design. You need not be, obviously you have to draw your backbone, but it has to be constant emerging design. And behavior driven development has to be there. So you identify how you are going to use software and design only for that, not less. Service oriented architecture, if you want to put that. Design thinking, obviously, I'm going from Infosys, and so design thinking is
not there.
And then constant customer feedback on this perspective. So these are the things.
Okay, your time has ended, but please take 20 seconds and wrap up your
No, I
last
think
point.
in terms of the programming, we talked about all the Kanban principles, visualize, then apply your, set your process limits, apply policy, make policies explicit, apply continuous improvements and those kind of things. All the things we have listed down.
Customer. Okay, or for optimize for the points that you discussed, you want to optimize it for. Okay, yes. So my one question, this is for everybody, think, this is individual thinking, that what is the one thing that you can consider implementing for your organization system to be optimized? Take a minute, write that down, one thing. This is your individual thinking.
Purchase process.
Write it down, yes. Yes, write it down and you can, yes, you are free to start. Yes, this is your takeaway from the session. So write down where you can actually preserve it with you.
You take the take.
Okay. So with that, I'm open for questions and thank you for your time and participation. Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it. Any questions?
What according to you is organization needs to optimize? On a general level, you have seen many organizations.
Yes.
Which is more common they need to optimize.
So it's a contextual question, right? Now each organization has its own opportunities and challenges, okay, and the baggage that they carry. Okay, so it depends on your organization. What would it make sense? What is the most valuable thing? Again, as I said, you could identify 30 things that your organization could be optimized for, but which 3 would you focus on? Okay? Again, as we always do, whether you have a Kanban board or you have a product backlog and so on, you always optimize your return on investment on any effort that you spend, right? So here also you would see that which area in my organization, optimizing that would give us most value, return on investment. Because any optimization, any changes that you discussed here will require some organizational changes as well in the structure of the organization as well, okay? And which would require some effort and it would be costly. Okay? You would have to put in some investment from time and money perspective. So which one should be optimized for your organization today will also change from what you would optimize next year.
But is there anything, at least a broad categorization of between the services that shared across?
Okay, so did everyone hear the question?
Yeah, that is very contextual, but at least some analytics or some data that have been categorizing. Service industry, services sector has to, IT services, IT enabled services have to optimize this, and product engineering companies should try to focus on innovation in this. Any such
So I would pose a basic question that what's the purpose of the service organization's existence? Okay? So for any service organization, you're primarily serving one of your or many of your customers, right? So serving your customers' needs should be one of the focus, right? That if again, as we discussed in the very first the contracting, so if we empower our customer, we serve them by serving their needs, their changing needs. Okay. We will be able to better serve them because when they meet the need of their customers to which they are serving, they are providing solutions and they make money, the service organization also makes money here, right? Whereas if there is a question on the survival of your customer, you stop generating money as well. Okay? So that would be my opinion. But any thoughts? We have other enterprise coaches here. Any thoughts from any of you? What should the service industry organization be optimized for?
Honestly, coming from service organization and back to 15 years rooted in same organization, yeah, it's a long path. It's a long path because for the service industry, there are so many organizations within an organization.
Yes.
And you really can't cut across egos of leaders. To make it what it is, only with the system to change it.
So which area would you strive to optimize in that organization?
I think you would add, right?
For me, it is like keep fishing for opportunities.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So make the impact at CXO levels or make the impact at the team member level. So the moment I get an opportunity, I am able to reach out to the topmost as well as very accessible to everyone who's a rookie in the organization.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like for typical service organization, you divide a client into service portfolios typically, and I've seen accounts created and you have an account manager, right?
Yes.
And the prime purpose of an account manager is to understand the key value that they deliver. I mean, of course, in different terminals or parlance. But the organization, internal service organization tries to play on your bottom line as well and how to reduce your waste. When I say waste, it's about cutting down on overheads, right?
Yeah.
You can't always keep pushing your contractual budget, and you keep telling client that you're paying me less, give me a higher margin on the service, right? So typically, your client will not give you that luxury. So
Yes.
what you are doing is you're on an outlook to reduce. Of course, we call it realignment, we call it transformation, but you have to let go layers,
Yes.
right? You let go layers. You're on outlook, you're on a lookout for reducing.
What's it? But if you, that's a very good point. So you try to minimize your cost. So,
yeah.
but to what extent? There is a limit to that. Rather, you can always try to increase your profit, right? Giving better services, which will there's no sky is the limit. Whereas if you try to reduce your cost, you can only hit some ground, but beyond that you cannot go under.
And that's when they say you grow inorganically and you grow organically.
Even if I cut the layers, I can only do that.
Then comes
Coming back to our original point, how we started is that each organization would have different opportunities and different area of focus, right, that you would optimize for, and it would be different for your versus the other organization. Even at the point of time, as I said, today you may optimize for A, tomorrow you may see B as a better opportunity to optimize for that.
That's correct.
Okay. Yes.
But
If you were in a product organization, okay, you would also optimize for what's our cycle time from the moment our business identifies a great idea in the market or a need for a product. From that moment, how quickly we are able to deliver a product in the market which customers start using. Okay? So again, as different organizations would have different focus, and that's exactly why we took on this thinking exercise for us to think what is good for my organization. Okay, with that, I appreciate all of you for active participation. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Appreciate it.
Kamlesh, thanks a lot. I
Thank
think
you.
the workshop was a hands-on internalization of the concepts
Yes.
and realizing the waste being so natural to the human mind. I think it helped us to sort that very out, and I think the various rounds helped us to evolve in the internalization of how we upgrade our process in a natural, incremental way. And I think we also had a very good realization of the cat in different parts, all doing all one together vis-a-vis the cross team. I think that is a great learning and a takeaway. Thank you, Kamlesh.
Appreciate
It
this.
was great to have your session, and I really enjoyed it.
My
I
pleasure.
request Sudeepta
So
to.
I am actually requesting you to do the handover. Please.
That is really a privilege. So, Kamlesh, I really thank you.
Thank you.
Section.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks again.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you, Sudhir.
What you
Thanks.
need to.
Thank you.